of the Jackson Community Foundation, Monica Moser, and from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital, nurse practitioner with Behavioral Health Services, Felicia Richmond. Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having us, Bart.
Nice to have you here. As an outdoors person, did you like that house in Parma?
That was really nice. Yeah, it looked very relaxing. And do you know that I live in a log cabin?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on.
But we're on the Grand River.
You're in Grass Lake, aren't you?
No, we're in Vandercook.
Oh, Vandercook.
Yeah. We've been there about 8 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like you're set. You're set. Felicia,
Yeah.
What about you? You like the
Hey,
place?
I think I need a much smaller house. That looked huge. It'd just be me.
All right, Jenna, we did what we could.
Yeah, we tried.
I'm sure someone's watching that's interested. So it looks like it'll be very popular to check out.
Absolutely.
So the MLK CIA, you guys have been doing a lot. Most visibly, grants. You've been providing business grants to help some of the members, business community members of the corridor get some help.
Absolutely. It's been super fun to watch some of those businesses make some upgrades to their buildings and add some infrastructure to their businesses. So it's been, I think we've had 3 tranches of funding so far, and it's going really great.
I know one of the questions we're seeing on social media is, hey, how can I, what can I, and that's what I think this business resource fair that you're putting on is going to answer a lot of those questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So these business resource fairs are ways that people can come and get just feedback, like what is a business plan? How do I even, if I'm just thinking about starting a business, how do I go about doing that? Or if I've been in business for a little while, but I wanna go to the next level. So this is a place where you can get supports for all those kinds of things.
And Felicia, the role of Henry Ford Jackson Hospital in this event?
So I'm not sure what our role will be. I know I'm on the board though, just as far as the community support, because the hospital is a huge employee. And we're really we want to be invested in our community, and we want our community to know that, we really do care. So that was why I was asked to step on the board. But the business fair specifics, I'm not sure yet.
Well, let's take a look. We have a video that tells us a little more about this business resource fair. Let's see what kind of answers we have. Let's check it out.
Well, the purpose is that we want to bring together we have some technical assistance professionals that understand business that's out there, and that's what they do for a living. And we want to bring that group of people to meet with the folks that's trying to build a business or start a business or grow their business. Give them some time to get some one-on-one counseling, to ask questions, to just help them build a business plan and make sure that that plan is solid. Now, it's one thing to build a plan, but you want to build a plan and you also want to understand the plan. So you want to make sure that that plan is well understood and that you can live that plan while conducting your business.
So we know what time, we know where, but the date we'll probably know within a day or two.
Yep, they're trying to hammer out those details, figure it out.
Well, I know Henry Ford Jackson Hospital is very connected with CIA, Felicia, and I know one of the things that you guys do is spend time recruiting and offering employment opportunities in the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been successful in attracting candidates at the job fairs that you've been doing at the MLK Center?
Bart, I can't speak upon that. Unfortunately, that would be a Teshna Thomas question, because I'm not, during the work, I am at work taking care of patients, and I'm not privy to that type of information. But I do, I definitely know they're involved in the schools. I know we have some different fairs and camps that the hospital's involved at, and recruiting people back from our community, helping in the schools to provide the education, that there's jobs at the hospital, and they're good jobs, they're lucrative jobs, and trying to get people to get, their foot into the door.
It's easier to find someone that already lives here than to bring in someone from out of town.
So much easier, yeah.
And you're too busy being a healthcare angel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Felicia was one of the most recent healthcare angels in her work in behavioral health. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So some of the questions people have that maybe they haven't started a business, maybe their business is new, maybe they need resources they don't know are available, and really where to begin, right? Right.
Well, and this is specifically to help grow businesses along the Martin Luther King corridor, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a resource fair where anybody could come and get resources, but the grant making is really to support businesses to locate in and grow their businesses along that corridor. And the reason that they're doing that is called, what does TIF stand for? Tax Increment Financing. Yes. And so when a business grows and they pay more taxes, then part of those taxes can continue to help build and grow. And so it's a really cool thing. I think we've done it a couple of times in other areas. The Downtown Development Authority, I think, did. So I think that it's a really good tool. But this resource fair, I think, is open to anybody who is looking to just build their business. And where I know that they're going to be doing another grant round coming up soon too. Mm. So that is going to be really exciting. We've done just about $1 million so far in grants to small businesses along the corridor. So the more money we can get out on the street and help people grow their businesses is a good thing.
It surprised me that there were so many business people that were interested in applying, because you got far more applications than you could award, right?
Every time we had over 40 applications for the first 3 tranches, yeah. And, we've done, I think the first tranche we did 5, and then I think we did more like 10, and this last one we did another, I think 5 or 6. So it's
competitive.
It's very competitive.
But it's amazing to give that check out to those businesses, when you notify them that they win, and just listening to their dreams and listening to the applications and reading through the applications. And this tranche, we were able to interview to help kind of narrow it down and interview specific candidates. And that was just, we did it late at night, 7:30, I think, and they all came, but never once did you get tired of hearing about their dreams, their goals, and what they wanted to do for the MLK.
Yeah, people are so passionate about what they're doing and what they're hoping to do. It's really fun to listen to their stories, yeah.
One thing that impressed me and surprised me was the number of business owners that did apply but didn't get funded, but were supportive and applauded those who were.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
And I think that's the thing about a community, right? You want to see other people succeed, and you want to be in a community where others are succeeding. And that's why we're trying to revitalize that whole MLK corridor, right? People have been there for years. They want their community to come back. They want different opportunities. They want, different people. They want it to grow. So I think that's why they help applaud the ones that do win, and they can always reapply again.
It's also been an opportunity for people outside the corridor to find out about these businesses.
Right. If you never, you get in a routine and you drive down the same road every day to and from work, and you can kind of have like little tunnel vision. But my commute from Vandercook is to go down to MLK every day. So for me, it's been fun to watch them actually see the improvements, see Mikey's Barbershop actually expand and, put up a fence and have a parking lot and just make it look like a professional place that it always was, but, really inviting spaces. So and then when they're, the next phase is to redo the actual MLK Boulevard and make it more walkable and lots more lighting. Man, that's going to make a huge difference. It's going to be amazing. So I think that's going to happen soon. Have you been down there recently? They
I
took
know
a
they're
lot
starting
of
to
trees.
take out trees.
Yeah. I went down a couple weeks ago. I'm like, what is different? It was like, I can see all the way downtown. What happened? It's like
Well, it's that, but there's also some vacant properties that have
Yeah.
been prepared for 100 homes.
yeah.
Yes.
So those,
And that's-
it looks like there's a lot of potential on
Yeah.
MLK.
Well, and a lot of growth,
Yeah.
you know, because the people that have one, like Monica was saying, to see them expand. You know, I was just thinking about the community cleanup days that we got to help do. And, you know, just cleaning up stuff is exciting, on top of seeing everything else new. And seeing existing businesses that won some of the tranche money before, you know, all they want to do is improvement, and seeing them start to be able to do that and clean up their different stuff.
So for the Business Resource Fair, does anyone need to register ahead of time?
There will be a registration, because I think what they're hoping to do is have like appointment time, so you can actually, depending on the different consultants that you hope to see, that you can use your time wisely. So it's not like you're just going to walk through and pick up some things off a table. You're actually going to meet with people and have conversations and do some work. So there will be a registration link in the flyer as soon as we know the date.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll know the date very soon. And are you still looking, is there any opportunity for vendors to be part of this?
For vendors, I don't know. I think that they have the business resource folks all signed up,
Okay.
because they want to be able to work in the different areas of, you know, like finance or business plans or
Technical stuff.
loans, those
Yeah.
kinds of things. So I think, but you know what? We're not the experts.
No.
We're just helping facilitate the process. So just feel lucky to be able to announce that there's something good on the horizon and that we should know in the next day or two.
And I believe we've done this before, maybe a year ago.
Yeah, it was out on that 49, what is that place called?
49 South.
And so this one's going to be right in the corridor, and hopefully more accessible to folks. And
There's a playground there, right? So
Yep,
people
so you
that
can-
have children, you know, and that type of thing being a barrier, you know, you're going to be at the MLK Center. So that's going to make it a little bit more accessible for other people as well.
Great. Glad you're putting this on. Thanks for coming in today.
thanks for letting us talk about it. Just wish we had the date.
Well, I know you have a website and social media that will have the date and even more details, including registration link, once that's been firmed up. But I know you're just waiting for a couple pieces to come to get lined up to be able to announce a date. So I'm pretty sure it's going to. We know it's likely later this month.
Yes.
Later this month.
Later this month.
Yes.
Good to see you both. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
You bet. Both of these folks are on the MLK CIA as board members. Monica Moser, President and CEO of the Jackson Community Foundation, and from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital Behavioral Health Services nurse practitioner, Felicia Richmond. Well, next on our show, we've got some